Getting the message out about NATO's new strategic concept will be crucial to its success. Jean-François Bureau is NATO's man in charge of the task.
The development of the social media is really changing the environment, the information environment. The social media is really changing the framework of work we have, and we must work on the basis that instead of having something to say to the people, we must show that what we are doing, what we are saying, is of interest for them. The new challenges, terrorism, cyber attacks, energy security, maybe climate change, are really threats which have a huge significance for the daily life of our citizens. So we need to get their views, we need to get their questions.
How do you plan on keeping these processes more transparent giving the public access to the decision making?
Thanks. Quite challenging question. I think that the key audience, I have to say very clearly, is the young generation. We are preparing the NATO of the next decade. We are preparing the NATO which will be useful for the new generation, the one which was born after the end of the Cold War. And I have to say that this very open discussion we want to have will try to engage as much as possible with the young generation. This process is really an inclusive one, and then we shall come with some answers. We shall come with some decisions from our head of states and chiefs of government next year. But first we must get the feelings, the concerns, the questions from the people before beginning to think about the answers.
So how do you plan on getting the information out to the public and what you want to do and what you want to be achieved?
It doesn't come without work. If you want to include the people in a process like this one, you must build tools to reach them. You must build tools to get their feelings, to get their questions, to receive their comments. If we don't get your views about what is NATO supposed to do in 2015 or 2020, how can we build this? You have the social media, the new media, which can reach a lot of people at the same time. But at the same time, you want to get a personal view. You want to get some personal assessment. And the personal contacts take place as a huge way to understand how people think.
But what about the mainstream media? Do they understand what the strategic concept is about?
The press is beginning to be more and more interested. They have understood from the Strasbourg Kiel summit, where we had 3,500 journalists present, they have understood that it would be a key discussions. I'm sure that the way the Secretary General, Mr. Rasmussen, has showed himself since he came to the building, his strong commitment to engage with the people, to discuss this issue with the people, has been also of interest for the press.
Isn't there a danger that national press cover national interest stories rather than international ones, like the new strategic concept?
The way the press can be interested with this story about the NATO strategic concept has to go beyond the national perspectives. NATO is 28 nations today, more than 50 partners in the world. So if we can help the press to reach a level of interest which is wider than the national perspective, it will be the best.